Hey guys, welcome back to the Nothing to Something project. Today I'm going to talk about one habit that everyone should instill in their lives. Successful people do it all the time, and it's one habit that definitely changed my life. That one habit is reading. Yeah, reading. I know. I used to hate reading, trust me. I would rather watch it, do anything else, instead of pick up a book and read. But you know what? Since I started reading, a lot of good has been happening in my life. I've been able to learn more. I've been able to just retain a lot more knowledge. And I think reading is something that everyone should practice at least before bed. Let me tell you, a lot of successful people actually read. You know that Bill Gates tries to read 50 books a year. That works out to what? A book per week? Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, he spends 3 hours a day reading. And Elon Musk, when he was asked, how did you learn how to build rockets for SpaceX? He simply said, I just picked up a book and I started reading. Look, I know you don't have the time to read 3 hours a day. I know it's hard to read a book per week. Trust me, it's really hard. Unless you're reading a coloring book or a children's book, you're not going to finish the average book in a week if you have a normal job and a routine and everything like that. It's hard. But what I do is I simply, before going to bed, I turn off my TV, I put away my phone, I spend 30 minutes or I try to read 10 pages of a book before sleeping. It's probably one of the best things I've done. First of all, I reduced the blue light in my room and I've been able to get better sleeps. I have also been able to learn something before going to bed, and it's honestly the best way to unwind and just clear your mind. So definitely try to read before bed. If you can't read 10 pages before bed, you don't have the attention span, or you simply just get bored quickly, try 5. If 5 is too hard, try a page. Look, just start a new habit. Try reading. You'll thank me later. It's one of the best things you can do for yourself. And read something that's self-improvement or a skill or a hobby or something that will make your life better. Don't read fiction. If you're going to read fiction, you might as well just open your TV and just watch Harry Potter or some fictional book that's been made into a movie. Read something that you're going to retain and learn and will definitely help you out in life. So let me show you guys what I am reading right now. First book I think everyone should read, and one of my first books that I've read is The Art of War. Yes, The Art of War. Look, I'm not telling you guys to go start wars with ancient Chinese war tactics. I think you guys should definitely read The Art of War if you want to be successful in business. If you want to just thrive and be the best that you could be. It's written by Sun Tzu. Well, there's many written inceptions of it now. It's a very, very old book. It's been translated. But you know what? The main message is that you have the ability and you have the control to do what you want. And it's definitely a book that a lot of CEOs, a lot of people who just want to be successful at what they're trying to do, read. It's definitely good values and still. I can't stress, this is probably one of your first reads, The Art of War. Check it out. Really good book. Another book that I read is this one. You know what? You could say it kind of counts as fiction, but you know what? I'm going to justify this book. Moneyball by Michael Lewis. It's not fiction. Well, it should be fiction, but it's not. Look, I've been watching baseball the last 20 years. The Oakland Athletics are a baseball team based out of Oakland, California, and they literally have a shoestring budget. They're like the poorest team in baseball. They still managed to win. Out of the 20 years of me watching baseball, they have been to the playoffs, I'd say 12 times. Yeah, maybe even more. I might be super wrong. But the point is, the Oakland Athletics do it in a shoestring budget. Look, if you don't know anything about baseball, making the playoffs is probably one of the hardest things. And look, as a Blue Jays fan, someone who lives in Toronto, it took us 20 something years to make the playoffs from 1993 to 2016. It's a really, really difficult task. And this team would do it back-to-back years with zero money. And look, why am I stressing you reading Moneyball by Michael Lewis? It's because the baseball team, how they function, how they manage to do it, is they overcome a huge obstacle by winning simply, and they do it without any money. They do it by thinking outside the box and being creative. Moneyball is definitely one of these books that you should pick up and you should read, and it'll show you how to be creative, how to use the best of your resources to just think outside the box and get to where you need to be in life. Definitely recommend picking it up. Moneyball. If you don't like baseball, it's still a good read. It shows you how to be creative and how to think outside the box. This book, Body Language. by Dr. Glenn Wilson. It's a practical guide. I finished this book in 3 days. It's still a couple of pages, don't get me wrong, but you know what? This book was just really interesting. I think that you should learn how to learn people's body language because look, if you're having a conversation with someone, someone could blatantly lie to you, someone could misguide you, someone could just not be open with you in a sense, but you could definitely tell everything by the body language. It's the most open you could be. Your body doesn't lie. If you could read someone's body language and you could definitely understand where they're coming from or what they're feeling or if they're deceiving you or if they want more out of you, learning their body language is definitely a good way to learn it. And I stress, if you want to negotiate, you want to be successful, pick up this book, Body Language by Dr. Glenn Wilson. It's a good read. Trust me, this whole video, this whole project, the Nothing to Something project, it's in learning how your body works, learn how other people's bodies work, learn their body language. It will enhance your conversations and you'll have a lot more knowledge out of it. This one is a bit of a controversial book. I just recently finished reading it, but trust me, it's one of the best books out there. If you want to be successful and in today's day and age, with all the obstacles we face, all the distractions we face, and just all the problems we have, it's definitely this one. Yes. Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. There's a lot of controversy with Professor Jordan B. Peterson, but it is definitely a good book to read. It's one of those books that you can't Google the 12 Rules for Life and understand it fully. There's no shortcuts for it. You got to actually take the time to read it. And this is definitely something that I've read more than 10 pages a night before going to bed. I tried doing a chapter a night there before going to bed. And you know what? I learned a lot from this. It's really, really good. It's one of the most influential public intellectuals in the Western world right now. Wow, that's a tongue twister. By the New York Times. It even says it down here. I recommend reading it. It's a good read. It'll definitely show you how to just be the best that you can be in today's day and age. If you're living in 2020, you know the obstacles you face with social media, fitting in, and just all the negativity and everything going on in our lives. This book shows you how to overcome it. This book shows you how to be the best that you could be and how to give it 100%. And you know what? It's a really good book. It's by Jordan B. Peterson. Definitely check it out. Changed my life. Another book that I've been reading is 48 Laws of Power. Oops, it kind of just faded off this thing. It's one of the first books I actually read. It's by Robert Greene. It's a good read. Look, with 48 Laws of Power and 12 Rules for Life by Jordan B. Peterson, it's one of those books that you can't like Google them and say, well, I know the 48 powers of law. I know the 12 rules for life. No, you have to actually take your time, open it up, read it, and break it down of what they actually mean. 48 powers of life of the law. You should definitely read it if you want to be successful, if you want to be respected, and you just want to be the best that you could be, and people look up to you and respect you. It's a good read. Check it out. If you want to open up a business, you got to be respected. You got to understand the 48 powers of law, and I recommend it. Look, every day, all the books that I've given you right now to read, definitely take your time, check it out, or just check out another book that you feel will help you in whatever business or whatever you are trying to be successful in. Take your time and definitely check it out. And I'm just going to say right now that I'm going to read more books, and there's going to be more videos like this coming up. And if you like what I'm reading, or if you have books that you recommend that I should read, definitely leave a comment below. Also hit the like and subscribe buttons. It helps showing more videos of being successful and motivation like this one that I'm making right now. And it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps you out. So like I said, like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions for more books I should read. I already have some more in the making. There will be more book videos being released. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Let me leave you off with a quote. This is a muscle. You work it out, you go to the gym. Why don't you go to the gym and work out this muscle? Because you can't. You know how you work it out? You work it out with a book. Yes, reading, learning. Your brain is a muscle. Work it out. That's my ending quote, guys. Take care and stay tuned for more videos.